It's Aleya Antoine. You're listening to Tease podcast. Everyone loves the tease. Stop. Don't get too excited. We're driving around California, and I have to
We're driving around California. No, we're not driving around California. We drove maybe like in the same vicinity the whole time.
Why can I romanticize my life? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tease podcast. Happy Tuesday, bitches. We have been on a guest streak lately, and that wouldn't be complete without the one and only Kai Garcia. Welcome back, Kai.
Hi.
I think you might be our number one repeated and requested guest. How do you feel about that?
I mean, half the time I'm forced to do it, but...
You actually wanted to hop on today.
Oh, yeah.
What made you want to do that? What changed it for you?
Probably just, like, you not annoying me to, like, be on it. It was just, like, my decision.
Ah.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the trick. Mm-hmm. Guys, I realized I'm going to give all my extroverted girls with a nonchalant partner some advice. I wanted Kai on the pod, but I was like, if I ask Kai to be on the pod, Kai's going to be like, oh, well, now I have to be on the pod. So I was like, let me try to make this Kai's decision. So I literally did not ask Kai. I would just be like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? And then I was like, well, if I never ask, how is that going to happen? And then all of a sudden, Kai was like, you know, I'm free all morning tomorrow. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Didn't offer anything. And Kai goes, should we do a podcast? And boom. So maybe I just got to like send out the vibe.
That's just actually not at all how it happened.
How did it happen?
I was in the middle of saying something. Oh, no, you said something. And I was like, oh, like, that's a good podcast idea. And then you were like...
I said that I was going to podcast tomorrow.
Yeah. You were like, oh, like, I'm going to podcast tomorrow. And I was like, did you still want me to hop on? And then you were like, oh, yeah. And then I was like, well, I'm free tomorrow.
So, see, you still kind of, I made it your decision.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But it was just funny how you explained it. Like, it was like out of nowhere I asked,
okay,
can I be on the podcast? But that's not what happened.
It's one of those things where it's like, if you don't chase the person, they're like, hey, what's up with you? Mm-hmm. So me and Kai have done so much these past couple weeks. So I actually have been on my shit, not my bullshit, my actual good shit. And I had the episodes with Emily and Shy already scheduled and ready to go. I was cramming it in the day before. So pretty much me and Kai and me with the teasers, I haven't shared anything of what's happened in my life in June. And so we have had a crazy amount of things happen this month. It's Pride Month. Yes, this episode's coming out in July, but on Tease Podcast, Pride Month is every month. So let's start with what we did at the beginning of the month. We went to LA Pride.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel when you just think of LA Pride? What's the first word that comes to mind? Chaotic is me.
Really? You think it was chaotic?
Yes.
I honestly thought that we had more chaotic prides in Seattle.
That is true.
I feel like prides in Seattle were like crazier than LA one.
That's true. I think the thing that was different between Seattle and this one is that like no home was in sight. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like we had no landing pad. It was just the hotel, so it was like go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we go to LA Pride, and this was my first time ever going to LA, California in general, which is honestly super embarrassing. But Kai wanted to treat me to a vacation.
Vacation being 3 days of drink, sleep, eat.
Repeat.
Okay,
so let's start with us taking off. We first get there. We don't get to go to the Amex Lounge because were we late for our flight? Is that what happened?
I wouldn't say that we were late, but we cut it really close.
Because what time were we supposed to wake up?
We were supposed to wake up at 6.
And what time did we wake up? It's like 6:40?
6:45. And our flight was at 8.
Our flight was at 8 and we woke up at 6:45. But like I'm a very type A person in every area of my life, unless it's the airport. The airport is the one place where I'm type B.
And it's so opposite, because I'm type A when it comes to the airport, but everything else in my life, I'm type B.
No, because for me, I'm like, when I go to the airport, it's only going to take like maybe an hour. I have clear, and then I just walk over there. They're not going to, for some reason in my head, I'm like, they're not leaving without me.
But the thing is, like, you're crazy for it because this was our first time flying out of okay, I guess we flew out of Vegas one time, like 2 years ago. But I was like, you never know if things have changed. What if they like have more people coming in now, and you just wanted to take that risk?
I don't know. To me, it's just like if it's not cold weather, then it's a G. In San Antonio, I'm really bad though, because San Antonio airport is like as big as like our apartment complex. Like it's really small, and literally the gates are right next to you. I would have my mom drop me off 20 minutes before, not even boarding, before like my flight. And I would just get there last. I'm like, I don't really give a fuck. I don't have a thing for the overhead. So we took Spirit Airlines all the way to LA because that's the only way you can do it. A lot of people think, oh, going to Vegas and LA, people just have money that do that. It was $40 round trip, which was amazing per person. And so we get there and we went with our friend Emily. And at this time, we had only known Emily for how long? Was it a month or was it less?
A little less than a month.
A little less than a month. And Emily's like, hey, I'm going there a couple of days before you guys, but my friend doesn't have a place to stay. Do you want to share a hotel with my friend? And me and Kai are like, okay, do we want to share a hotel with someone that we've never met before? Why not?
Sure, let's do it.
I feel like that's the kind of couple we are. We're not like, oh my God, no, we need our space. We're like, bitch, whatever brings on the price, I don't care. And plus, I feel like we're just like so open to meeting new people. So she ends up picking us up from the airport, which was honestly so nice. I didn't expect it. We're driving around California, and I have to
We're driving around California. No, we're not driving around California. We drove maybe like in the same vicinity the whole time.
Why can I romanticize my life? But I have to admit, at first I was severely underwhelmed. We got on the highway, I looked at the sky overview, and it was just gray smog.
And then she sees Compton.
Compton.
Old.
Yeah, in Crenshaw. Old ass rundown buildings. And I was like, this is what everyone's talking about? Like, literally,
I haven't even seen actual LA either.
I thought I was going to step off the plane into, like, a city of gold. With the way people be talking about, like, LA. I was like, what's the hype? And when I first looked at it, I was like, okay, I'm not getting it.
I mean, it's like you went to the east side of Vegas.
Okay, that's true.
That's literally what happened. You went to the east side of Vegas. You didn't go to the Strip.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine you go to Vegas and you don't visit the Strip.
Yeah.
You go to like the east side.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
What's going on?
Yeah.
What is everyone talking about?
That's literally what you did.
So then we're fine. We get our lunch and everything, and we made a hotel reservation. We go to our hotel, and we're staying at the Biltmore. Welcome to the Biltmore. We're staying at the Biltmore, Los Angeles.
We had no idea it was even like a historic place at all. It was just the cheapest hotel, and we were like, sure, the Biltmore, it sounds fancy, why not?
That's exactly what I thought. It said 4-star hotel. It said it had been around for years and was historic, and I was like, yeah, sure. Those were all terrible descriptors. It should have been a 5-star downstairs. As far as hotel rooms, 3 stars.
Not even 2 stars.
2 stars.
They were giving motel.
It was giving motel. Like, it looked like it hadn't been renovated since it was first made. They actually haven't renovated it since they first made it.
Probably not.
No, they haven't. Like, they're like one of the few hotels that hasn't, to keep the historicness. So we're pulling up to the Biltmore. And for some reason, I just thought, why don't I look it up on my phone? I don't know why I'm like that. I'll be about to do something where I get the answer in person, but I'm like, let me look it up on my phone. And the first thing that pops up is the Biltmore Hotel murder. And I was like, man, like, with the anxiety that I normally have, I really shouldn't click this link. I click it. And it says that apparently, what's it called? The Black Dahlia? Yeah, the Black Dahlia was this girl. I don't know the whole story, but the last place that she was ever seen alive was the Biltmore. And someone thinks that she was killed here because, like, basically at the Biltmore, back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean, like, the 1920s.
Yeah, the 1920s.
The 1920s. This was its golden era.
Yeah.
It was, like, the 5-star hotel. All of, like, the big names, like Walt Disney, like, all of those probably seemingly terrible but very famous people all hung out at the Biltmore. So it used to be the shit back in the day. And now it...
No, it's the shit.
It went from the shit to the shit. I was like, the hotel owners would probably be so disappointed if they saw like a lesbian couple staying here for Pride.
And it was also just all types of people that were staying there. Like
I think
you could tell there was like the people who were there for like the historic part of it. They knew what they were walking into. They were like, oh my goodness, like wow.
Like they were okay having a shitty room because it was part of like, oh my God, history.
And then there was like everybody else that was like us who just got it as the cheapest.
So we go and we're like, okay, like the downstairs is at first very magnificent. Like it's very old school Renaissance princess like. So we're like, oh cool, it's kind of like a castle. And we go up the elevator and we are immediately smell wet paint. The guy is literally painting the walls. Every horror movie I've ever seen, do you go to a hotel where they're painting the wall?
I guess not.
The first thing that popped into my head was that, not the movie, the limited series with Crazy Eyes from Orange is the New Black, where she's a detective and they're painting on the walls and it's because someone got killed there. Yeah. That's why when he was painting, I was like, what the fuck are you covering up?
That did not come to my head at all.
Really? I immediately went to that episode where they're painting over blood and I was
For me, it was just the smell.
It was really intoxicating.
Like, that took me out. Like the smell, it wasn't the smell of paint. It was whatever smell it was before the paint got there. Yes. I was like, ugh. Yeah,
all the floors are carpet. Mm-hmm. All the floors are carpet. And to make it worse, when we're walking, the guy who was supposed to be painting immediately puts down his paintbrush and just stares at us while we walk down the hall. Just like staring. So we're like, okay, we walk past. We go into our hotel room. It immediately smells like, what did it smell like?
It just smelled like
death.
Like death. It truly smelled like, you know what, in the moment, like when we entered the room, the last thing I wanted to say was it smells like death because you were in there and I know how you are. But me and Carlene, whenever we went to go bring her car somewhere else, that's the first thing we said. We were like, that room smells like death.
Oh, y'all just didn't want to scare me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet because I was already freaking out. It immediately smells like just rotten, like something's been decaying in there for at least 10 years. Like it smelled so gross. The vents were completely black, like completely black. And the room was so small that where it was like 2 beds pretty much right next to each other, no walking room, and the bathroom was one of those old school sinks, like not a countertop, just like the pipe and the sink on top. And so it smells bad. I can feel myself getting dizzy. My eyes are burning and I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and call and see if they'll fix it up. Now here is my thought. At first, I tried to see if we could get a room upgrade where you did. Kai tried flirting with the bellman. Kai literally Kai leans on the bell desk and goes, so are there any upgrades?
That's not what I did.
You literally leaned on it.
I guess it was like just the femmy part of me that came out like I don't know, like subconsciously.
You thought you had your long hair.
Probably.
No, you did that, and I was like, Kai. So the guy, of course, tells us no.
Yeah.
And so then I call downstairs, and I'm like, okay, like, this could get us a room upgrade. You know what I mean? Because one thing I've learned about in life is that when something really bad happens, if you act like a Karen enough, you can turn it into something good. You know? Like, that's what I did when my flight got canceled. I complained, and then I got upgraded to a better flight in like premium class, you know? So I was like, okay, this might be one of those things. Like, we're just getting blessed. I called downstairs and they're like, okay, we'll send a technician up. Kai and Carlene are gone. The guy comes up with a bottle of not even Febreze. It's a black unlabeled bottle. Just a black unlabeled bottle. He goes, I hear you needed maintenance. And I'm like, yeah, it just smells really bad. And he goes, well, I got just a thing for you. He sprays air freshener, not in the air, just on the corners of the room and goes, this is very strong. It should be better. He leaves. It smells worse. You guys come back and you're like, it smells even worse. Like at that
point, it started smelling like sewage. Like it smelled like I just walked into like the tunnels of Las Vegas.
You know when someone disgusting, like someone that just has major BO puts on perfume and it's like, wow, you somehow managed to make it worse.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it turned into. Like, I was getting so dizzy at this point. I couldn't think. I couldn't blink. Like, I lost my hearing. I was like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. So I'm like, oh my God, ChatGPT, what do I do? And ChatGPT is like, this is unacceptable, girl. Go downstairs and complain. So I'm like, I'll do it. I'll do it for the team, you know? I go downstairs, we're waiting. I tell the guy, I'm like, yeah, like it just smells like death. The vents are black.
Did you actually say that?
I was like, the maintenance man, all he did was spray unmarked air freshener and left. And luckily at this time it was a whole new bellman, and he was just a nice, like, older man. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't even have to ask for a room upgrade. He automatically upgraded us, which was beautiful. And we ended up in one of the king suites. Which even their king suite was the equivalent of a normal Hilton hotel room. Like, we went from 3-star to now 4-star. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Same bathroom, but a lot more space. It had a ton of space, which I loved. And then at one point, Carlene also broke her phone, which was the girl that we had just met. So her phone is already broken on the first day, right? Like within an hour.
Yeah, within like 2 hours.
She was paying at the parking garage and dropped her phone outside of the window.
I didn't even realize it until we went and already parked our car somewhere else. Like, we were already getting out of the car. And then she was like, where's my phone? And then we couldn't find it, obviously, in the car. So then I thought, when was the last time I saw her phone? Well, it was when she was paying for her ticket.
And we have to walk all the way back to the parking garage, and the phone is there, busted on the ground.
The crazy part is it was still working until, like, randomly at night it just stopped working.
It was actually working. Like, she was making phone calls, and then an hour
We
went
thought
by.
all was well.
An hour went by, the screen is green, which I've never seen a green one before. Mine has only done like black
Or
like
the random stripes.
yeah, but straight green. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell happened? Okay, so then what happened that night? That night we went to Futch. Nothing really happened there. It was just fun. It was just like a low-key one, really, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anything happened at Futch. I got a lot of compliments on my diesel outfit, though. Like, these two masks were like, I love that diesel tube top.
Okay. Like, what is the importance of that?
I just
I
want
was
to
like,
see...
two femmes thought I was hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are hot.
Thank you.
Okay, well, whatever. What was the next day?
Oh,
The pool party! Guys, the mother effing pool party. Here's one thing. If you're not gay, if you're not a lesbian or something, let me tell you one thing about us. It is a very small community. Everyone knows everyone. And I'm not talking about it's a small community in your city. I'm talking about in the nation. The whole United States of America WLW edition is connected.
Because we ran into one of our ops from Seattle.
Oh, one of the biggest ops in Seattle. And here's the thing. So we're at the pool party. We're having fun. It was a rooftop, and I love that, you know? And I love a darty. I think I like day drinking more than night drinking because I just feel like, I don't know, it just gets you going, you know? And I feel like it's like aesthetic and not so depressing. Anywho, we're dancing and everything, and I suddenly peek out of the corner of my eye. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the girl. Guys.
No, I was the one that told you.
Oh, you told me. Here's the irony of the situation. I don't name names or anything like that ever, but this girl has the same name as me. And that just adds to the lore. Like, I can't leave that part out. I'm not going to say the name. Just know it's the same as mine. That's all. I'm not giving any more hints. So, we're like, okay, like, whatever. Like, don't look at them. Avoid eye contact at all costs. Because that's what you do as, like, a human, right? We're looking through the videos. And there's a video of me and Kai taking a whipped cream shot. And she literally is lurking right in the back of us, like staring at us, like literally right behind us, but we didn't know because we were facing the other way. This is why you need tall people in your life. She's like, how tall is she? Like 5'8" with the heels on.
She has to be like 5'9", honestly.
Yeah, especially with the heels. She took like a whole bird's eye view of the party, caught the girl walking around us, still staring at us, turns it again, the girl is still staring at us. The video was like 30 seconds long and the girl was watching us the entire time. And
like she knew we were there.
And we caught it on camera. They're probably wondering, why is she an op? She spilled a drink on me, but honestly, nothing could justify that. Not even the backstory.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's too much to that though.
The backstory is like so
Yeah, it's
long,
just too much.
and we were never actually friends either, so it's just like really messy. But yeah, so I handed out a bunch of stickers. If you're happening to listen because you got a sticker, I really appreciate it because I was really, really nervous to do that. And then we got Casamigos shots for free. That one was fun, right? Did anything happen there?
No, you just dropped your drink right after.
Oh, I did drop my drink. And then Sunday, I mean, what else happened that night?
Oh, we went to that last dance, something.
Guys, that party was like, I was so tired. I was like falling asleep standing up.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone kept screaming at me, Aleya, wake up, wake up.
Because she would just stand there and her eyes were just randomly closed. And it's like, we're in the middle of a nightclub. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm one of those people, like, I'm not a puker or anything like that. I pass out. I fall asleep. Like, if I'm too gone, I'm like, good night. My first time ever going to a club, I was 17. I had my fake. And it was so funny because we were celebrating my other friend's 19th birthday and I could get drinks, but she couldn't. They're like, only she can get it because she's 21 and you guys aren't. And they're like, you fucking bitch. Like, you're literally 17. But we got into this guy's section and I literally was awoken by the tap of a bouncer going, you can't sleep here. It's like sleeping
That's
in the
so
booth.
funny because I'm definitely the one that has to say that when I was working at the old one. And I
Was
always
that
have
like
to be
normal?
you can't sleep here.
Would that happen to people? Like,
No, you really can't sleep.
No, but like, did a lot of people, did they like fall asleep?
Yes.
Oh, so I wasn't like,
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. It's literally, we have that rule for a reason.
because a lot of people do
At least 5 to 10 people a night do it.
Really? How can
Yeah.
you tell if they're wearing sunglasses?
But, well, they can't lay down.
Oh, they can't even, you can't even lay down?
No. You probably, the reason he probably went up to you is because you were probably laying down like that.
I was actually completely cuddled up, cozy type shit. I had someone's jacket on top of me as a blanket.
There you go. That's exactly why he came up to you. Because usually, like, I know a lot of people fall asleep, like, sitting down and stuff and they'll have their sunglasses on. But I have no, like, personally, I don't care because I know that you can, if you can sit upright, you're okay enough to stay in the club.
Yeah.
But if you're laying down, then I'm like, this bitch probably can't even stand up. She can't even, like, sit up. She can't hold herself up. She's probably way too drunk and she's gonna pass out.
Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That was the same club that I saw Lil Jon at. Guys, y'all don't know this, but I actually was in a section with Lil Jon when I was 17, and I had...
You probably shouldn't say that. You don't get that man in trouble.
I didn't know it was him. I just saw there were people that had this really good section. They were the only other black people at the club. And I tell my friend, I'm going to get up there. And she's like, no, you aren't. And I was like, just watch. I make eye contact for like 5 seconds. And they're like, come up here. But he told me his legal name. So I didn't even know it was him the whole time. Did anything else happen in LA? We walked around.
No, we went to like the after party after the after party.
Stop yawning.
Sorry.
I'm catching your yawns, Kai. Are you tired?
No, I just hit my pen.
Why would you hit your pin before recording?
So I could be just more talkative.
Is less talkative than yawning. Oh, but we walked around the, what's that like main market called that tourists go to? Central Market?
Was it? Yeah.
Like Central Market Point? Something like that. And it had like such great food. And I realized that I want to move to LA. I want to move there so bad. And I know I was saying like, oh my God, what is there to it? It's not that it's like the most gorgeous city in the entire world. Granted that I haven't seen everything. I haven't. So don't even trust that opinion. But it's obviously like not 360 all the way beautiful, but like the culture there, it's so diverse, it's so fun. Honestly, the stereotype that people say about LA people, I didn't see. Like, we were around very down to earth people. I feel like I see more of that stereotype living in Vegas than I do there. Like, Vegas is very like stuffy, I feel like, in some like ways and stuff. And so yeah, I really liked it. And then we got back and we recovered for, how long did it take us to recover?
Like 4 days, honestly.
Maybe even more. I feel like I just recovered. Yeah. And then there was last time I saw Kaylani last week.
Oh yeah, we did see Kaylani last week.
We did see Kaylani. That was the first time I've ever forgotten my ID ever.
Oh yeah.
Guys, I was the person that forgot the ID. I literally had to drive your car back like in an hour. That was terrible. I was so glad that I hadn't really drank or anything, but I know that you don't like me driving your car, so I was like, I literally stayed in like the right lane the whole time because I was like, I'm not about to have Kai come at me. But we ended up going to Live because Kaylani was performing. This was our, how many times have we seen Kaylani?
Twice. Yeah.
Twice?
Yeah.
We'll never miss it though. Like we'll always go back if we could go for free.
Well, she comes back next month.
She comes back next month?
And the month after that.
I guess we're
she
going
has
to
4
go.
dates here.
Oh, really? I feel like as lesbians, we have to see Kaylani.
Every time. Yeah.
Every single time. I act like I just forget the entire performance. I'm like, I've never seen her before. So we go, and she literally brought K1 up, and they performed. We were with the Ace basketball team. They were like right over there too, which was pretty cool. Not me trying to wait. This is gonna seem like I'm a name dropper, guys. I'm not a name dropper. None of these people know me. I don't have a photo with any of them. We actually did not talk to each other at all. We didn't even make eye contact. I was just breathing the same air. Let me just put on that disclaimer. So what was your favorite part of everything that we've been up to for this month?
Probably the Kaylani concert.
Kaylani? Really? We stood out. We weren't even in a section for like half the time.
I still enjoyed my time.
Really? I couldn't tell.
I was enjoying my time.
Oh wait, no, actually you did look like you're having fun. I think it was me that was
you were the one that was not having fun. I, however, enjoyed my time.
well, because I was like, if we don't get in this guy's thing, I'm gonna throw a bitch fit.
I don't know. I don't really care about stuff like that as much.
It's not that I care about it. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, a section. My whole thing is like, I just want to be able to sit down and put my purse down and like rest my feet for just a split second. So that's like kind of like where I'm at with it.
That's why femmes just gotta start wearing sneakers like the mask.
I guess so. I guess it's also like if we're going deep into it, it's an insecurity because you see other girls there and you're like, well, why am I not there? Like, I want to go too. You know what I mean? Like, it's
you
like
made it at the end.
I did make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you think would happen if I didn't?
I know you would have. I know I would have. We would have had to go home. You would have been crying in the car.
I would not have cried.
I don't know.
Whoa, you're making me look bad. I would not have cried. Kai started a new job at a new nightclub on the Strip.
Yeah.
You're officially part of the industry.
I
We
am.
and Kai were walking
I am.
around because we did like a wheel spinning class. And all of a sudden, I hear from a distance, what did he call you?
Yo, my boy.
Yeah, what's up, my boy? And I'm like, I just know my boy is Kai. I just know this man is referring to Kai. Kai dabs him up. And like, this has happened a lot. You're like a part of the industry.
I would say I'm part of the industry now, which is kind of crazy.
I know, I'm not even part of the industry.
It at all.
How does it feel?
That's the thing is like it like fell into my lap accidentally, but
Yeah.
it's gonna help me with my like hair career, so I don't really care.
How does it feel to be industry in Vegas?
I guess it's cool. I think a part of me has always wanted to, because you were in the industry at one point.
Yeah.
And you're able to like say like, oh, like I was a Hooters and Twin Peaks girl, like I've lived that life. And I guess for me, like I went into the military straight out of high school, so like I've always just had like serious jobs. And now that I'm out, and now that I'm in the nightclub scene and like the dancing scene, the wild and out scene, now I'm like, oh, like this is kind of cool. Like I get to experience like what you've experienced and what many others experience, you know? This is not going to be like my whole future. Like I'm leaving hospitality, but I think it's just fun that I'm able to like be a part of that as well at some point in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait, that's so cute. I didn't even realize it meant like that deep to you.
It's not that deep.
But like it'll but like I never, because I know that I complain about like the Vegas job hunt and everything, but I never like thought to myself like, okay, yes, Aleya, you're looking, but like the great part about you looking is that you've already experienced it, so it's not like you're looking for something that you've never had before. But I mean, the fact that like you're like, I've always wanted to do that, because I feel like it is a part of just being like a young adult in a way.
100%.
You know?
It's a bigger deal when you get into things like Hooters to Peaks or like the nightclub scene here in Vegas. It's more like like it's actually cool. Like you get to live it. You're not just working at like some random diner, you know.
That is
You actually
true.
get to be a part of the industry, like some of the biggest like companies.
The big names.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Because it's one thing to work at like a little place, you know what I mean? But just to say that you worked at like a big name, like I know that Hooters isn't as big as it used to be, but the time that I worked there, it was huge.
Yeah,
and the fact
back
that
in
I
the
worked
day,
there,
it's a big thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that you got Hooters calendar at one point is a big deal, you know? So those are like all things that like after 4 years in the military is such a serious job, coming out and being able to do like a little fun job while I'm in school, and then I'm gonna be a hairstylist right after I get out of school. It's kind of like a oh, like I'm living out my 20s now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
instead of having to take life so seriously.
yeah, like all the time.
I feel like you could like let your shoulders down. I've definitely seen like just a way. I thought you were chill before, but I've seen a much like chiller, calm down side of you lately. Yeah. And the money's not bad.
No,
So
the
like
money's
it
not
definitely
bad.
helps with that. But you're right, it is a big thing because I mean whenever I look at like a famous person's bio, just because I'm one of those people that whenever I watch a TV show, I have to look up every single actor that was on it. I need to know what's going on in their current life. I don't care how old it was. And if you worked at like Hooters, Twins, or like a big industry place, they put that in their bio. Like, used to be this. And it's just like a little job that they had, but it becomes like this defining role. Even on Housewives, like, oh, you know, I bartended here. You know what I mean? And it's like something that like, it's been decades and people never really shut up about
No.
ever.
No,
yeah, exactly. It's like
What's
joining
it
a
called?
new community.
Yeah. Or like fitting in with the
Yeah.
majority.
Yeah.
Because I came from being in the military, now I'm in a civilian world. So it's like a whole different world for me.
Does civilian world feel like, because okay, no one else besides like people that did what you did, like I've never thought of my life as like, oh, I'm in the civilian world. Like from an outside perspective, can you tell us, because I think most of the teasers aren't military, what do we look like to an outside perspective living our day to day?
I wouldn't say like y'all look like it's not some completely different world like we used to. Obviously, before you join the military, you live as a normal person.
Yeah.
But I would say like you guys don't cherish freedom as much as you guys should cherish your freedom. Like when I was in the military, I'd see a bunch of people like crying like, oh my god, like I have to blah 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 blah, and I'm
I, like,
just
I have to leave or like
I have to
move.
go to work, I have to do this,
I have
and
to
I'm
go
like,
to war.
girl, you can just quit your job. Like, you hate your job, just quit it. And I feel like
We don't use our free will enough.
No,
We
you guys don't use it. Yeah, free will like isn't as cherished in the civilian world as it should be, because you don't understand like what free will is until you join the military. Like once you join the military, you're like, fuck, like I should have just not signed this damn paper because I had the free will to not sign it.
Until you join the military or you get like kidnapped or something. I feel like those are the only equal things where you or prison.
Like anything where like anything where that takes away like literally just all your freedoms, you don't understand what you're missing until you're missing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't say it's like civilians are like a whole different world, but definitely like once you spend some time in the military and then you come out of it, you kind of notice like, oh, like I probably shouldn't tell this person to shut the fuck up just because I feel like it. I kind of have to talk to you like a normal human being. Whereas in the military, like you could tell someone shut the fuck up and like they're not gonna think anything, you know. But yeah, no, it's definitely a different world, and I think personally I'm still trying to adjust to it because I think I'm one of those that were like in the military and I was really well, like, would you say I'm gullible?
No, I would say that like you got like a Stockholm syndrome. Like you became exactly what they wanted
me to be. Yeah, like I really became a robot. Like I feel like I was very robotic at times, and like like someone would tell me to do something and I was gonna do it. No thoughts, questions. I was so engraved into it, and like that whole system was so like in me that coming out a year later, I'm still like, oh, like this is how the world works.
I get that because I have to tell Kai, like Kai's, okay, as we all know, all of us with our unserious jobs, your manager, whoever, a coworker will be pissing you off. And what do? You either ignore them, you compromise with them, or you're like, fuck this, I'm not gonna take it, you know what I mean? And I had to tell Kai, like, you can say no to things. Like, if you're off and you're scheduled off and they say, can you come in? You don't have to say yes. It's literally just a question. You can say no and there will be no consequences. Or like you were trying to get your school schedule adjusted and you're like, okay, I have to leave school early. And I'm like, that's not how it works with a job. You just tell them I have school till this time and then you go after school. But I feel like you're learning to like use your free will.
Yeah, like I'm definitely learning to use my free will now. That's exactly what it is. Like I'm now learning to use my free will because I don't have any. I feel like I just take it now to a whole other level. Like I either understand free will, like, and I know how to balance it, or I like don't understand it at all. Because then once I learned that, I could just quit a job. I quit a job because my manager pissed me off for writing me up for something really stupid.
It reminded me of like private school rules. Like, you know, we could even have our nails like painted and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or wear makeup. Like someone would wear eyeliner, you'd call them a slut.
What?
I'm not even joking because I wore eyeliner, so that's how I know.
You were called a slut?
Yes! I wore a crop top with a cami underneath, like a white cami underneath, so no stomach showing.
Why would you even do that?
Because that's what my mom let me do. I only wanted to ever wear, like, I've always been a crop top person.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was a kid, I never liked regular shirts, ever. But my mom was like, you can't wear your stomach out. You have to wear a cami underneath it. But luckily, it was the early 2000s, so, like...
It was in. Yeah, that style was in.
It wasn't, like, too far-fetched. Mm-mm. And I wore a crop top, a cami underneath, jeans, and white boots. And everyone was like, Aleya's dressed like, oh. I was literally covered from head to toe. Isn't that insane?
That is insane.
I could like literally vividly picture the outfit too. It was like one of those like jersey style ones that has like a random number.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, it's insane. Oh my gosh. So what do you want to talk about? What did you want to talk about when you came on?
We were talking about how, well, you mentioned something cool, how you think that cool plus something nerdy equals cool, but cool plus cool equals nerd. And then, yeah.
Oh, okay. So we were watching Next Gen NYC. That's how this all got to it. So we're watching Next Gen NYC, which is a reality show on Bravo. And it's a reality show with Gen Z people, which I think is really exciting because I think that in reality TV, we only see like people over the age of like 26, 27 a lot of times. You know what I mean? Like that's the main age group. So we're watching it and they were saying like how the new trend is for cool people to do dirty things like bowling or that kind of stuff and how that's in. And Kai was like, that doesn't make any sense. But I was like, no, I feel like that is true because I feel like even a rule that I live by is like, if you're cool, but you're trying to be cool, that's nerdy. If nerdy plus nerdy equals nerdy, unless you're an expert at it and actually really good at it, you know what I mean? Like if you're nerdy and you're bowling and you suck, that's lame, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if you're nerdy and you're really good at bowling, then
that's
you're
cool.
Just cool, yeah.
Exactly. And then, yeah, so cool, and then cool plus cool equals nerdy.
Yeah.
Nerdy plus nerdy equals nerdy. The best balance that you could do is either cool plus nerdy or nerdy plus cool. And that's like how I feel like the world works nowadays. Like, you know, like if someone tries to be too cool, then they're called a pick-me. Or like if it looks like you're trying too hard. And that's why candid photos are so in. Is because people want to look like they're not trying, but they actually are trying.
But they
like,
actually are trying.
We're like a weird generation to where we're like, act like you don't care.
But
it's an act.
But look good doing it.
Yeah, act like you don't care, look good doing it. It's a hard balance too. Like I know that there's been a bunch of things where I've entered the nerdy category so many times. All I can think about is like my content. Like when I first started out, it was all very nerdy because it was cool trying to be cool, which made it lame. You know what I mean? And so like it's like this weird balance, and I don't know where this applies in life. I just think that everyone should know. Where does this apply in life? Like where would you be like, oh shit, like I need to use that?
I would say everything in life.
I would say day to day, right?
Yeah, in everything you do.
I think so too. Like I even think like being gay used to be like, I remember like some of like the queer people in my school when I was younger would get like bullied or whatever, right? But now I think that if you pair coolness with being gay, super cool. Like I love it because I'm like, wow, like I love like the texture and like the quirkiness that I get from it. You know what I mean? And I feel like people who try to act like quote unquote too cool for school, like that's just fucking annoying. You know what I mean? I'd honestly rather be around nerdy plus nerdy than cool plus cool any day, right? I feel like cool plus cool is the lowest of the hierarchy.
Because nerd plus nerd, they know where they're at in life.
And you're being authentic.
Yeah, like they're being authentic. They know where they're at in life too. So like they have like no like they're not trying to be anything that they're not.
Exactly. It's like when I was younger before I had a glow up or anything and I was really smart. Like it was just nerdy. But it was like whatever, you know what I mean? Like that's you, show it off. You know what it is, what this goes back into? How people try to be so relatable nowadays. But you can tell when someone's actually relatable or when they're just trying to be relatable because relatable's in. It's like a weird, wow, how do you even put this together? I need to make like a whiteboard. I need to make a whiteboard video and walk you guys through it. Wait, I'm actually so down to do that. The only thing I don't have is a whiteboard. I don't have a whiteboard, but why do I kind of want to do this? Cool, and then like the whole thing down. What would you say that your two are? What do you think you are? I think you're cool nerdy.
No,
Which equals cool.
No, I honestly think I'm cool.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's the worst combination.
I know. That's why I'm just truthful.
No, be.
No, but like I wouldn't say like I'm a bad cool. I think I always try to like I'm a big follower, so like I'm a big like go with the trend.
You love a trend.
I love a trend. Love a trend.
I can't even do any TikTok pranks on you because you've seen them all. I sent Kai 21 TikTok videos just because I don't really scroll, but this time I was scrolling and I was like, let me share the love. Like I would kind of see what I'm laughing at. And you do pretty much everyone except 2.
Yeah.
I was like, you're chronically online.
No, yeah, I love a trend. So I wouldn't, and then I don't really think of myself as like wanting to be a nerd, honestly.
I would just say that like I feel like you have a natural awkwardness to you, and that's why
true. That is very true.
that's why I said cool nerdy. Cause like yes, you do follow the trend and everything, but you follow the trend in like a cute little puppy, like this person was wearing this type of way, not like, hey, like I'm trying to start this because you know.
Oh,
what I mean?
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, like
No,
I feel like that's why I feel like you're cool nerdy is because like you're very authentic with that, and you just have like a little bit of like, I think it is coming from adjusting to the real world too. You're kind of like, what do I do?
Yeah.
What do you think I am?
You know what we need to come up with? Like
What?
an in-between word.
In between word.
In between word of like cool and nerdy.
So cool nerd. Okay, well here's the difference: cool nerdy or nerdy cool.
Oh,
That's
right.
a different.
Yeah.
You're cool nerdy.
No, I would say I'm nerdy cool.
Really?
Yeah.
You would think that you're nerdy cool?
Yeah, I think I'm nerdy cool.
Really? I think you're cool nerdy.
Oh.
I think you're cool nerdy because I think your coolness comes off first and your nerdiness after.
Really?
I think so. What do you think? You think your nerdiness
I think I'm
comes off
nerdy
first?
cool.
Really?
I think, but nerdy in a way of like more of like I'm super awkward, super silent.
And then once you get to know you.
And then once you get to know me, then I'm like, oh, like I'm actually cool.
Oh, that is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what would you be overall?
I think I'm nerdy cool.
I think you are nerdy cool, actually. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
But
because
even
you
then,
also,
like, that's not
are
even...
kind of reserved.
Yeah, I'm super reserved, and if you ask me a question, like, most likely I can answer it. I wouldn't say I'm, like, extremely smart. Like, I'm not book smart.
Well, nerdy doesn't mean smart.
Yeah, I guess.
Not every nerd is smart.
That's true. But I would say I can genuinely, like, I'm pretty street smart and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm really quiet, but once you get me to open up, I open up.
Yeah.
And then you find out that I'm kind of cool. Cool nerdy.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see that. I think that I think I'm actually cool nerdy. And not to re-traumatize myself, but if y'all have seen Ginny and Georgia, I'm such a Maxine. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm such a Max. Because basically, Max comes off super chill. But then when I feel like I get in deep personal relationships, I feel like I always end up in the position where everyone's making fun of me. Like, I started off really cool at my job and, like, everyone liked me. And now I, like, feel like I'm constantly being laughed at.
Gets laughed at one time.
No, but like I remember even in high school, like I had a lot of friends from like a lot of different schools. I would consider myself that like I knew a lot of people, but like the people at like my school, like I remember one girl, I used to have like this like cute like little pink water bottle, and just to mess with me, she took it from me and threw it across the room onto the ground.
What grade was this?
Like sophomore or junior year.
Wait, this was high school?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, she was definitely bullying you.
Yeah, and, like, she was supposed to be a friend. Like, she was one of, you know, the close friend that I had. She was one of her best friends, you know what I mean? Or, like, you know, like, I hate being that friend where, like, you're in a group and then your friends, like, maybe there's a guy or something they like around, so they, like, start, like, picking at you, like, oh, look at how she did this, or something like that, you know what I mean?
I need to know, there needs to be, like, a study on that, because there's, like, no reason for that.
Yeah, like, I would be, like, I would go barefoot one time, and they'd be like, oh, your feet are so ugly, da-da-da-da, but I'm like, the best you got is my feet when you look like that from head to toe? It's insane. But yeah, that's why I would say cool nerdy. Is because even saying this, I'm like, I'm gonna tear up thinking about that. I don't know what the psychology of that is, because I'm not really someone who ever picks on people or like makes fun of people. Like, I think that one thing about me is like, if I don't like you, you're not going to second guess it. You'll know it. You'll know I don't like you. And yes, maybe I'll be mean, but I'm not going to pick on someone who I supposedly call a friend. That's crazy.
I feel like I'm the opposite. I can be pretty fake. I know. I just know I can be very fake.
You can be very fake.
Yeah.
But you're not the fake that's like, okay, some people are fake to where they're like, and now I'm your best friend.
Oh, no,
you're
no,
not
no,
like that. You
no.
never make no one who.
But that's also, I think it's just because I have the same facial expression, whether I really like you or whether I really hate you.
Maybe, okay, you're not actually fake. You just treat people the exact same, whether you like them or hate them.
And then if I like you, like, you'll know if I really like you because I'll do like I'll do a little extra. Like I toss in a few favors here and there, or like I'll pay for something here and there. Like that I really like you. But if I don't like you, I'm just exactly how I treat someone that I do like, except minus the nice part sometimes.
Yeah, but like you really don't, like I would say I have a completely different personality for people that I like and I dislike.
Yeah.
You have the same personality. Like I'll literally be talking to Kai and Kai will literally just ignore me. Like just stare at a wall going like I was talking while we were driving and you were literally like,
I just be in my own world.
and you do that to a lot of people.
I did to pretty much everyone.
We were at dinner with two of our friends. They're both sitting directly across from us. Kai literally just lays their head down and is like, I'm not interested anymore. Or when Emily came over to braid my hair, you didn't even say goodnight, nothing. You just were laughing with us. You stopped laughing. You left, closed the door, and never came back. So I wouldn't say that you're like actively fake.
No.
I think that you also just like, you never tell someone, like if you don't like someone, you never tell them that you don't like them. So they would just maybe like not get
I
the
just
hint.
slowly cut them off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not fake. Because even in those situations where somebody really, like in the past, like when somebody really, really has pissed you off, like you immediately like, you address it.
I do.
You address it. You're not somebody that, you're not like me where you can just like hold it in and you just act the same. You're more of like I hate you because of blah, 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 blah.
That is true. Like when they were laughing at me at work, I literally looked at all of them and I was like, well, I'm going to get a new job then if y'all going to act like this. Okay, guys, the camera overheated, aka it wanted us to shut up. So that's all that we have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. First of all, can y'all please rate the show 5 stars on Spotify and Apple? All you have to go is to the About section of the show. Write in your questions, stories, and advice. On Instagram, we're at Tease Pod. I am at Aleya Antoine at Tease Podcast on all other platforms. And
At Kai Garcia.
yes, especially if you need a haircut. Well, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next Tease Tuesday. I love you guys.